This is the morning when I left Abel Tasman and driving to Charleston to go for the underground rafting adventure. So I just stopped at the beach and had breakfast, and it was really beautiful. And after the adventure, I stayed at the same place, Punakaki Beach Camp, and then the second day, which is March 4th, I drove from Punakaki Beach Camp to Franz Josef Glacier. It's also by Fox Glacier area. And I found a really nice campground called Orange Sheep Campground. It has free shower. There are lots and lots of spots to park your car, and you can sleep in your car, and there is barbecue you can use. I just bought the best lamb ever. All the lamb are pretty cheap in New Zealand, and they're all grass-fed. I think one night was only $20, and with this price, with free shower and barbecue to use, it was really good deal. I think I stayed here for 2 nights, and I got here pretty early. I also got a whole bunch of groceries on the way in Woolworth, I think in Greymouth, Woolworth, and I was getting ready for the next root burn track multi-day backpacking trip, and I still have 1 day left. So I think on this day I went to the visitor center there at the national park. I just crossed the road and booked Skydive in the morning and Glacier helicopter Glacier hike in the afternoon.
Cashews, banana chips, walnut, and pitted prunes. I also have cranberries, and this is rice cakes I never had before. I don't know if it's good. Quinoa. This is for breakfast, muesli, and chia seeds and coconut.
The second day, March 5th, because the previous day I booked a Skydive, and this is the morning I went to the place, and they drove us to the airport, and we are just getting ready for the Skydive. I was very excited, but I didn't pay for the video because that itself is almost like the same price as a Skydive. I didn't think it was worthwhile. So yeah, it was really good. We were just waiting to see other people getting on the small plane, and we're doing tandem, so we didn't have to go through any training.
Feeling good? Yeah. We want tight but comfortable.
Honestly, I felt very lucky. I had 1 extra day. I didn't have any plans in between Abel Tasman and going to the underworld adventure and then to root burn track. Yeah, I didn't have any plans on that day. So yeah, this day the weather was beautiful. Even the instructor said that I was very, very lucky. I picked a very good day, and a lot of people were just booking it way ahead of time for Skydive and the Glacier hike. And I just happened to be there and just got a very beautiful day without trying, and I didn't book it, but things happened to work out.
Oh, nice.
I remembered in the afternoon, they told me that there weren't enough people to go on the glacier hike, but then after the skydive, and they phoned me saying that there were enough people and I need to be there in the afternoon. So I felt really lucky.
Right, so we would, if we weren't up there, we would end up canceling the trips, or if we saw it starting the creation story of the glacier?
Yeah.
So yeah, does anyone know?
Can I film?
Does anyone know the original name of the glacier? Oh, that's okay. So it's Karumato Hine Hugateri. Is the original name? Yeah, I wouldn't have expected you. I've never had anyone just go, oh yeah, Karumato Hine Hugateri. No one's done that yet. I will be very impressed though whenever that happens. But yeah, so the original. That's the original name for the glacier. It translates to the frozen tears of the ice or avalanche community. Hine being woman, Hukatere being like avalanche. So the so the story goes, there's this woman named Hine Hukatere who she was probably New Zealand's first alpinist, you know, and she traversed these mountains around here. She was super adept at this alpine terrain. And there's some versions of the story that say that she's kind of a demigod, which makes sense because to the Maori people, the mountains are tapo, they're sacred. And so you can't just go up into the mountains, right? And so the story goes, she was a demigod that lived in the mountains, super adept at traversing this terrain. She just lived up here, all that stuff. And she always looked out to the ocean, you know, and she always wanted to go down there and see what it was like. And so she sees some fishing boats out there one day. So she decides, okay, well, I'm going to go down there and check that out. So she goes down the slopes of these mountains, traverses through the bush, 30 kilometers, all the way out to the ocean. And there she meets a group of fishermen. And one in particular, you know, he catches her eye. He's kind of cute, I guess. His name's Wawe. You know, they hit it off. And so they fall in love, and she spends some time down there with Wawe and with the other fishermen. And you know, she's always looking back up at the mountains though. She wants to go back. And we've all been there, right? You're really into something, your partner maybe not so much. You're like, come on, it'll be fine, come on. Come up with me into the mountains. You'll love it. And so she did that, basically. And so she convinces Wawe to come on up into the mountains. He really wasn't keen. You know, he was more of a beach kind of guy rather than a mountain sort of guy. But, you know, he loved her. And I'm sure we've all been there too. You really don't want to do something, but, you know, you love your partner, so you really do it, right? And so she's, you know, she's living her best life up in her element, scrambling up through these rocks and these peaks. And, you know, he's there. He's chugging along behind her, you know. He's doing his best, but he's kind of struggling. And, you know, Hine turns around and, you know, just to make sure that he's keeping up, and she sees him slip, and he misses his footing, and he falls and tumbles down the cliff to his death.
No.
And, yeah, I know.
Didn't realize. Sad story.
And so, you know, Hine is obviously very distraught at this, right? And so she continues climbing and goes up to the top of the peak, and she cries for months and months, for so long and for so many tears that her tears actually create the Waio River that we can see down there in the valley. And the Atua, the gods, are very moved at this. They see the love that she had for this mortal, and they decide to do something for her. Now they can't bring Wawe back, but what they decide to do instead is to create a memorial. So they freeze her tears into this glacier, so into Karoi Mata o Hine Ukitere. And so that's what it meant to the people that lived here on the west coast first. They looked up, they saw this.
I was literally having the best day ever in my life. It was my first time doing skydive, and also riding the helicopter. Because my weight was light, I was able to get to the front seat. I was really happy, and after the glacier hike, I think the whole thing took about 4 hours. We took a ton of photos and videos for each other too, and at the end of the hike, the clouds came in, and it was not safe for the helicopter to fly in, and we were just waiting, and we got chocolate and snacks. No, we were just waiting for the helicopter, and we almost got a free camping trip on the glacier. In that day, we were just looking forward to that, but eventually the clouds cleared up, and we were able to get the helicopter ride, the very last one, to fly back. And in here, I think I was just trying to pass a very narrow part of the glacier, and it looks super narrow, but somehow we were able to just pass through it. It was pretty slippery. The whole hike was very fun, and it was the route was very well maintained. We had a guide, and we had spikes on our boots, and yeah, everything was ready for us. It was really, really fun. I just remember I was very lucky because at the campground I couldn't charge my phone like before with the cable, and I also didn't have a New Zealand charger. And I remember my phone almost died in the morning, and also my camera was not having a lot of battery either. And I was charging my phone while waiting in the airport, waiting for the Skydive, and charged my phone there. And because of that, I was able to take the photos and videos after my camera battery died on my phone. And in the evening, the owner of the campground, Elliot, went home and then bring me back a charger.